Hola bonitas, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me tutorial for my license. I am renewing my license. The last time I had my picture taken for my license was when I got my license. When I was, what, 17 I think? So it's been a hot minute. I was so happy and excited. I did not care how I look like, but now, because I'm gonna have this for what, another like 10 to 15 years, I'm like, okay, I wanna look really nice, put together. So I'm gonna be doing an affordable makeup routine for driver's license passport photos. So if you want to continue watching and see how I transform esta carita, then please go ahead and do this. So first things first, I want to talk about the hair. I didn't want it to be too much, but I knew that I wanted it to be smooth and blown out so that when I take my photo, it's a main star of the show. I feel like when it came to my license photo, I actually thought this through. In Maryland here, it's black and white. So I don't have to worry too much about like the intense detail because it's just a black and white photo. So I just wanted to focus on the elements of my makeup and the look that I knew would stand out the most. So for me, one of them is always my hair. I love my hair, so I definitely wanted that to like stand out. Also just kind of enhancing the features and focusing on the main things that are definitely gonna pop out. So first things first is for sure the eyebrows. So what I like to use for eyebrows is the NYX pencil. This is the micro brow pencil. I always use this pencil. I'm just gonna follow the natural shape of my brow because brows are just so important and they like really stand out in a look. I'm like, okay, I want to make sure that the brows look really good and precise. And going in lightly, I don't want to go too intense with the brow. Then of course I like to go in and clean up the under eye of the brow. Taking this one right here, this is the NYX Pro Fix Stick, and this one is in the shade 7 Soft Beige. And I'm just gonna do that, and then that's gonna clean up the brow. I love a clean brow. Is always essential for me and it makes such a difference. Okay, bonitas, I also do want to ask you, where you live, is it a black and white photo or is it colored? You can see, look at this difference. With the brow, with no brow. The brow pencil I'm using. I rarely do my brows on camera, but I was like, because I'm doing my license photo, like I have to talk about brows. I feel like brows are so essential for the look and they really just bring everything together, especially for a black and white photo. So the brows have to be snatched but still look natural. You know, something else I think about too is I want my picture to be a look that I know would just be timeless. Like when I look back at this in 5-9 years, I'll be like, oh, that's still me. You know, it's not like doing like trends that I'm into right now. Okay, so now we're gonna be moving on to the eyes, los ojitos, and I'm going to actually use my stick again because I'm going to be using this as a base. I always like to use a base for the eyes because I do have oily eyelids, so I want this eyeshadow to stay on. And for me, I've always been a fan of just a product that can go on the eyelids to really keep everything locked into place. I feel like it also does a good job of evening out the complexion on that lid area so that when you apply eyeshadow on top, it all just looks really nice and it just blends evenly and it has a good starting base, like a really good blank canvas so that the colors look really nice on top. So for eyeshadow, I'm going to be keeping it super simple. I'm going to be using my go-to Milani palette. Pretty. It's just such a wearable everyday palette. This is the Milani Gilded Mini Palette, the 130 Champagne Problems. And what I'm gonna do with this look is I'm gonna do just a very classic look. I'm gonna be taking this orangey shade right here. Then I'm gonna be placing that orangey shade all over the crease very, very gently with my brush. I don't want the brush to be too harsh on the eye. Again, I just want to add a little bit of some contrast on the eyelids because that's going to create that depth and you'll see a little bit of that eyeshadow even with the black and white photo. Everybody that sees my photo from when I was 16, they were like, oh my gosh, you were a baby, you were so young. I'll show you guys what it looks like. But it's so funny because I remember it was during the summer and I probably just had on mascara. So now we're gonna go with another matte shade. We're gonna be taking the lightest shade on the palette, and that we're gonna be putting all over the lid. So I'm just gonna put that all over this lid. The main element of this was just really creating really pretty contrast between the lid color and then the crease color. This step will also allow for when we do go in with our mascara, for the mascara to pop in a very beautiful, effortless way and to really stand out in front of these tones. I'm gonna do my tried and true shadow wing liner. So I'm gonna take a brush and I'm gonna take the darkest brown in the palette, and I'm going to be putting that right on this edge. And I just want it to be thin. I don't want it to be too intense or too harsh. I want it to be soft. It's also gonna help out with what we're gonna be doing on the lashes. Do you guys do wing liner? What type of wing liner do you bonitas do? I feel like for a long time I was doing a lot of liquid, but I find this easier. I feel like if you're just getting into eyeshadow and eyeliner and you want to do an eyeliner, the best technique that I can give you is to start off with eyeshadow, because it's a little bit easier, and if you take a little brush you can go in and really kind of customize your wing and practice with it as much as you want without using something like a liquid eyeliner that can really make things permanent and then ruin the look if you don't like it. This you can easily wipe off if you feel like it's not working for you or it's not as defined. Something else that I do, sometimes my eyeliner isn't perfect, so I can just always go back in with a little concealer brush, and then I can just kind of clean up the edge, see, and it just gives me a really nice perfected look. Now we're gonna move into mascara. So I'm gonna start off, of course, by curling our lashes. The eyeshadow, as you can see, was kept extremely simple. I didn't want to do anything too intense. Again, the picture that I'm gonna take is gonna be black and white, so you're not gonna see the colors. If I wanted to do something fun, dramatic, you're not gonna really see that. So I just kind of want to do something that's gonna enhance my eyes. So for me, it's doing this look. This is my go-to look when I want to do something really nice and put together, but I want my features to stand out. And you're gonna see how this really does help the mascara and lashes stand out, because again, the focus is mainly gonna be like on the eyes, the eyebrows. So that's what we kind of really want to look as put together as possible. For mascara, I'm just using the Essence one, the Lash Without Limits. It does come in two shades. It comes in a black and in a brown. I am using the black mascara. Trying to think back to when I took my passport photos, because I know that was a few years ago, like it was a little bit more recent. I think I was wearing lashes, and it's so crazy because now I feel like I barely wear lashes. But now the difference too is that my lashes have grown a lot, so I like how my natural lashes look, and I like to just wear them natural now. Also, I have very sensitive eyes, so the more natural the better for me. We have that. Okay, we're not done with the eyes just yet. We're gonna let them kind of just set into the mascara, then we're gonna go and recurl them. That's one of my little hacks that I like to do. If you do have straight lashes that don't curl as easily, going in and recurling them after the mascara has set definitely really helps. And you guys are gonna see that shortly. For now, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start to focus on the skin. So today for complexion, I'm gonna be using two products. I'm gonna be using the Milani Conceal Plus Perfect Blur Out Primer. And I'm gonna be using this primer in the midsection of the face because that's where I personally like blurring. If you're somebody that is looking for some really good blurring, this primer is great and it's affordable. Milani's like luxury on a budget, so I always am a big fan of Milani products. And I like the cooling sensation this gives. Next up, we're gonna go in with the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. This is the matte one that also recently came out. This is great because it makes sure that the makeup is locked into place. So what I like to do for longevity is applied it on the outer edges of the face, because this is the areas where the makeup tends to fade the most. So if you can have something that's gonna allow everything to grip really nicely in the outer parts of the face, your makeup will last. Now that we've applied our primers, we're gonna go ahead and apply foundation. And a foundation that I recently tried and you guys saw on camera is the new Maybelline Super Stay 30-Hour Foundation. This stuff is really nice, bonitas. And what I like about this is that it's a luminous matte foundation, so anybody can wear this if you do love a nice soft matte finish. For me, I have oily, sensitive skin, and I find that during this time of the year, because of my sensitive skin, I have rosacea, my cheeks get dry. So I do still need that hydration even with oily skin. And I like the fact that this gives me a healthy matte finish. It's not like matte and flat where I'm like, oh, ¿qué es eso? You can even see it's a liquidy formula. And I love how lightweight the foundation is. It's not too liquidy, but it's just perfect. Blending so nicely. It presses into the skin so beautifully. Another tip I will give you about makeup for your license photo, or just any photo that is going to be permanent, is make sure you use products that you've already tried. Don't try to go out and buy new stuff that you've never used, that you don't know if it's going to work or not. Just trust the products that you love the most, because I find that sometimes, especially when you're a beginner to makeup, you think, oh, let me get all this new stuff so that I can do this specific photo shoot or any type of look where you may need, you know, new products. No, no, no. Stick to the products that you know work the best in those moments. If you have a favorite lipstick, if you have a favorite foundation, I think those are like the main things that I would say. Concealer too, powder, that you feel like works the best when you are wanting something permanent, but you know, something that you're used to seeing. I feel like now that you're seeing the complexion more even, you're seeing the eyes really come to life. And that's something else I say, because I personally always like to start off with eyeshadow, and that's the recommendation I always give to others. Because if you think about it, if you have any like fallout, anything like that, it's good to get the eyes out of the way. Also, I feel like the eyes take the longest, so I find that getting that out of the way first and then moving on to the foundation is just a very quick, seamless process. You can clean the under eyes from any shimmer, glitter. Now for this look, we didn't use any of that, but still, I just have always been eyebrows, eyeshadow, the rest. Now we're gonna go back to the eyes before we continue any of the other face. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna recurl the lashes now that they've had time to set. I like to really go in so, and then you can see, like, look at that difference. And even like looking at me right now, the tension is gonna go right to the eyes. I feel like the eyeshadow in the back kind of makes the lashes pop forward, because you have good color tones in the background. You have your brown, and then you have like that lighter shade on the lid that kind of makes the lashes pop even more. When you do have a lighter shade on the lid, it definitely brings out the lashes. Okay, so one more thing I want to do to the lashes, because I am taking photos, and I feel like with a picture, you do kind of want to enhance a little more than you would just on a regular day. So I'm going to go in with Winks. These are Ardell's individual lashes. These are press-on lashes, which is something I really love. And what I'm going to do with the Winks is I am just going to apply 1 or 2 on each side, just to add a little bit more volume and a little bit more of a fanned out look on the outer edges, because I think it'll make the lashes and my eyes pop more. I like to just take them in areas where I know that they will pop. I feel like if I apply them all throughout the look, it won't pop as much. I'm very, very happy that me doing my lash routine of using lash serum has helped me grow my lashes even more. But I feel like that was just the little oomph that I needed on the edges. So you can apply as many as you want, or as little as you want, or none. But I definitely do feel like going in with a little lash extension, especially these Winks, which are press-on lashes, is super easy, and I feel like it can just take the look to the next level. Now we're gonna move on to a little bit of some bronzing. I have been obsessed with these new lifter sticks by Maybelline. These are multi-use sticks, and this is in the shade 70, and I talk about this in my new Maybelline products video, but I love that with these sticks, like you really get such beautiful like color and coverage. And they have so many shades. You can use this to contour, you can use this to warm up the face. You can also use these as concealer, as foundation. Like, who doesn't love a good multi-use stick on a budget? Also so creamy and blend like a dream. So with these, I truly feel like less is more. I'm gonna go ahead and just take right here. So for the bronzing, I use the shade 70. And then for concealing, I'm using the shade 15. I'm gonna go ahead and blend the bronzer like so. And again, this is another aspect of the look that I feel like can make a difference to the picture and everything, because we're adding shadow, you know, we're adding dimension to the face. That's the word that I was looking for earlier when I was talking about the eyes. We want to add dimension because that's going to bring out certain aspects of the makeup. It's going to hide other aspects of the makeup that we don't want to enhance so much. So it's really kind of picking and choosing what you want to bring out and what you want to like tone back. I love these new lifter sticks so much. I'm such a fan of my Fenty stick for my nose contour in the shade Mocha, but honestly, bonitas, I kind of think I may be a little bit more into these. Like, they just blend so nicely and they have such great pigment, which I'm all about. I love pigment. I didn't think I was gonna get a new license picture this time around. I was gonna just renew it online and call it a day, but I ended up going in because I had to go in for something else, and that day I had no makeup on, literally none. So I was like, oh, like I just want to you know renew my license. And she was like, okay, let me take your picture. And I was like, okay, like what? She's like, yeah, let me take your picture. I'm like, no, I cannot take my picture. I had no makeup. My hair was like all like just right out of the shower. Like, it was just not the day for it. So I was like, can I come back? And she was like, yes, of course. She's like, come back, you can come see me. I will make sure that we get your picture taken and everything will be good to go. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Now that I know that I have to take a picture, let me also film this for Mis Bonitas so that when they take their picture, they can be prepared and ready. These are just tips that I would use for myself too. Like, if I was looking for a video, and I was actually looking for videos and I wasn't finding exactly what I needed to get a good license photo. And a lot of the places or the people that I saw, they have colored photos. So I was like, okay. But I feel like with black and white photos, I'm like, okay, I need to just focus on the things that are going to make the picture or the look stand out. So I'm just going in with a little bit of spray. I'm using the Milani Make It Last just to add a little bit of moisture into the sponge that I'm using, and I'm going to press the sponge to do the concealer. And this is definitely something that I also wanted to do, and I wanted to use a nice brightening concealer, which I definitely picked up a brightening shade for the stick for this purpose, because I knew I wanted to try something that would give me that really good dimension. Now I'm gonna cheat real quick, okay, bonitas, because I don't have a powder that I'm absolutely obsessed with as I am with the One Size Ultra Peach Powder by One Size. So I'm gonna be using what I said I love, and I said this earlier too. I said use the things that you know work. So this is me staying true to that statement. Even though it isn't drugstore, I'm staying true to that statement. And we still have to blend this out, but I like to first go in and blend out the concealer, because once we blend out the concealer, everything else will seamlessly blend together into the concealer. It looks so nice. And I definitely do feel like going in with the spray and not just wetting a sponge makes a difference too. I find that when I used to wet my sponge to do my concealer, if it's too wet, oh no, it's not working. So I like to just go in with a little bit of spray, just to add a little bit of moisture to that sponge and kind of bind the concealer to the skin, and it just works so beautifully. And you know what else? I'm actually gonna do the same thing with the bronzing. I'm gonna add a little bit of, I really like this bronzer. This thick as bronzer, it looks so good. I keep saying this, I'm gonna say it over and over again, but I truly think that this year in 2025, I'm sensing a lot of trends from back in the day, not even back in the day, because that makes me sound like I'm old, but like 2015 trends where I feel like elements of those trends are coming back, like matte foundation, a little bit more glam, but not too glam like that, just like kind of bringing back some of that glam, like some of those core memories from those certain looks. Okay, so now we're gonna go in and we're going to do a little blush moment. Here's some Milani blushes that we could do. I think I'm gonna go in with the shade Dolce Pink, this one. And I'm not gonna take too much. Again, like I said, I feel like this look, I just wanna focus on the things that I definitely want to enhance for the photo. So I feel like adding a little bit more color to certain areas can make that all just pop un poquito más. So now that I'm doing this and seeing it on camera, I definitely do feel like doing a lot, adding like color and just dimension to the look is going to bring more attention to the areas where you want it to. So now I'm gonna dust away the powder. Same thing on this side. So then I'm gonna take setting spray. Love this big jumbo size I have. This one was sent to me by Milani. This is 6 ounces. It's insane. I want to add mascara to those lower lashes. Like I said, adding a little bit more drama than usual to the areas that you want to stand out is key for this look. So for me, definitely want the eyes to pop. I just feel like, look how much that pops than that. Now I'm gonna go back and I'm going to go in with the powder and I'm just gonna clean that up. Like I said, I am going in and focusing on the elements that are going to stand out on my face. I want to enhance it a little bit more. I don't do this every day, but for this photo, I think it's key. And I'm gonna lock into place here, so the skin can look as perfected as possible. So we have that going on. We're gonna let this kind of do its thing, absorb into the skin, mat it up, and then we're gonna do los labios. Okay, bonitas, I am back. I finished up everything. I dusted away the powder, all of that good stuff. And now all we have left to do is the lips. And I decided that for the lips, I do want to just do my warm tone gloss. I think this will be perfect, honestly, because I feel like when I think about it, you won't really see what lip color I have on. I just want like one color, you know? So I'm gonna start off with lip liner. Here, my Maybelline. This one is the Let's Bounce. And I'm just gonna dab it like so. Then I'm gonna top it off with the CoverGirl Yummy Fresh Gloss. This is their plumper gloss. This one is in the shade Like You a Chocolate. And yeah, that's gonna be my lip moment. I just feel like this is perfect because it's literally just one color and I can just do this. And then now we're gonna let the hair down, the bangs. That is the look. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this video. I hope that it was helpful in case you are looking to renew your license or get new passports, all that good stuff. because I just wanted to really give you guys some tips and tricks on what works best, and especially for like a black and white license photos. If you enjoyed watching this video and want to see more content like this where I give you tips and tricks on makeup, then please go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. Let me know to continue doing estos videos para ustedes bonitas. Muchas gracias. I hope that you guys have a fabulous day. Don't forget to stay safe, stay blessed, and stay beautiful. Y nos vemos pronto. Adiós, bonitas.